I think one of the most important things you said though in the beginning was the area as far as like, is this thing going to sell or not? It might overwhelm some people, but if you have that checklist, for one, you're good. And for two, like Gordon was saying in the beginning, you don't need to know exactly how much everything is going to cost. And I recommend you not trying to figure that out in the beginning. I would say Gordon would probably say the same thing. He actually already said squat up with somebody. But if you're going out there doing your first couple of deals, it's like use this blueprint on like this A to Z rehab scope of work and what needs to be done. Go take notes on that and then go bring it to a contractor or go bring it to another flipper in that area and get help on what they think it's going to cost. That's how I got really good at analyzing rehabs quick. I actually got into the business, Gordon, thinking that I was going to fix and flip.
Yeah.
That was my main goal. I was like, I'm just going to be a fix and flipper. I don't want to be one of those wholesalers. Right. And I had a fix and flip mentor who I literally just hung out with like 3 days out of every single week. And I would go to every single one of his projects. He would come to my appointments and he would point out, hey, here's exactly what that would cost. Here's what this would cost. Here's why we have to do that. Here's why we have to do that. And that's how I learned. And it was from somebody who actually knew what the heck they were doing, who has spreadsheets and all these things, who have done flips in the area. So like in the area, I can understand what needs to be done in a property up here and what it costs because I reached out to somebody in that area. And you said something important earlier. Every area is different for a lot of different reasons. One, the cost. I think one of the most important things you said though in the beginning was the area as far as like, is this thing going to sell or not? Or are my lenders even going to lend on it depending on the area? I had a flip all the way in Arizona. I've never done, this is my first deal I ever did in Arizona. We're doing a novation agreement where we're cleaning it up and putting it right back up on the market. Raised private money for it, had I think 90 days on the private money note. I thought it was a smoking deal, right? We had it under contract, I want to say at 300,000. ARV was 375, needed like $5,000 worth of work, and we were gonna list it and call it a day. Listed it, bro. Crickets for 3 months straight. Actually, it was like 2 months. And then I was like, oh, crap. I owe my private lenders. Like, what the heck am I going to do? We had to convert it into a sub 2 deal. And I had to go raise private money from somebody else to wipe the private money lender out and hold on to it. Come to find out, we just listed that same property. This was probably about 3 or 4 months ago this happened. And we just listed the property again recently because come to find out, we didn't do good enough homework on the area and how fast these things trade. Like the average days on market in this area, because it's like outside of Tucson, which is like in kind of like a 55 and up community type of thing. And the days on market is like 45 plus. So we're just like, let's just put this thing on the market while we keep trying to rent it out for the time being. You know what I mean? Because it's going to take a while in order for us to find a buyer anyway. And we didn't know that. So if we had done our homework, like Gordon was saying, and we went to Gordon University, then we would have realized I got to figure out what the heck is going on in this market. There wasn't really much out there. It was just like a mountain type of area where 55 and up people lived and people might go hiking and stuff like that. So
Absolutely.
Things don't trade too quick.
Yeah, absolutely got to look at days on market, especially nowadays. Like it's been in Arizona too, right? Like the market's shifting without a doubt, depending on where you're at. Now, real estate is very localized. Like where I'm in Greenville here, it's still like it's ridiculous. They're still building houses crazy. Houses are flying. I know that even in like the Massachusetts, New Hampshire market, both those markets that I'm kind of actively working in, both those markets are still moving fast and going. Like one of my buddies just put his house on the market for $450. He went into contract the first weekend and he got $530 for it. Like got $80K over asking, right?
Damn.
I mean, so like that's gold, right? But like it's not always that area. It's like you look at the Californias, you look at Nevada, you look at Arizona. Those markets are getting a little bit softer right now because the prices inflated so quickly, right? And so now we're just having a little bit of an adjustment. I'm not one of these people that thinks the sky is falling and that we're in big trouble. Honestly, I'm really not. I actually have a pretty positive outlook on it, but we just have to understand that we just got to do our homework and we got to understand the areas that we're going to be investing in, right? And I do think that interest rates are going to probably settle for a little bit this year and, we'll probably be okay. I'm not going to get political on anything for anybody, but listen, there's an election coming up and some people don't want the economy to tank quite yet. So, because that would be bad. So there's going to be
Mm.
some things that are going to be done where I think that, through election cycle of next year, we probably going to be just fine, right? But just keep that in mind of how things operate.